Hey, I'm Paul Blaze, and here we are on the third and final day of the SCUT Student Contest, and I'm here with Stephen Hill.
Paul, I have to say I'm just a little bit jealous of you and the beautiful outdoor settings that you've been asking your questions from in the Pacific Northwest. I love the area, and I'm stuck inside a ceramic studio, which I should feel very fortunate to have access to a ceramic studio during our quarantine.
So, Stephen, I have really enjoyed this process of looking at all these students' work. It has been amazing. They've got some beautiful work that was so thrilled to be able to look at. So this first portion is the section that has been the prescribed section that everybody had to do, that was based upon something that we chose for them, and they did it. So Stephen, tell me, what did you think about this section of the work?
Well, Paul, once again, we had some great entries on the third day, and I can't tell you how much I struggled trying to make sure I got it right. And in the end, it's a subjective judgment, and I think there could have been many other choices made other than the ones I did. But for the themed or the prescribed project for day three, third prize goes to Emily Edwards, and her piece was titled Peace, and it's two bodies intertwined together in a sculpture, and but instead of a passionate embrace, they just look very peaceful and very comforting during these times. The second prize on the theme project goes to Bijan. It's spelled like bucket, but it's pronounced way different than that, and he wasn't clear enough in his video that I could really catch it. So please accept my apologies for getting your name wrong. But anyway, the title of his piece is Irony, and it actually made me laugh out loud. The first time, maybe the first two times I looked at it, I wasn't sure what I was seeing. And then I realized that it was a hot dog sitting in a chair eating a people dog. And the people dog was a bun with a person in it. And once I figured out what I was actually looking at there, I laughed out loud. Certainly a fitting sculpture for the assignment of irony. And the first prize on day three goes to Brianna Ferreira. I think I got that not quite right too, but what she constructed was a knitted sweater, and it's not something that when you open the box of clay you think, oh, what a great project, but she approached it with incredible sensitivity, and it really feels like it's potentially knitted and not made out of clay and soft, and it's pretty much just straightforward sweater, but it's absolutely beautiful and very successful completion of that project. So congratulations to all three, but especially to Brianna for her first prize.
And now we've got their preferred section. I loved some of the pieces they were coming up with. Stephen, what are your thoughts, and who won this portion of it?
Now on to the personal preference project for day three. Again, lots of great entries, and third prize goes to Martha Hall, and hers was a sculpture. It was a sculpture of a head that was totally comforted and embraced by two hands, and it made me feel warm and comforted to look at this piece, and that's especially appropriate during these days of uncertainty and quarantine. Second prize in personal preference project goes to Brianna Ferreira. She had three painted and looked like stenciled pots, a pitcher and a cup and some sort of a covered jar. very, very nice, very colorful, very well thought out. They had quite an interesting flair to them. And first prize for the personal preference project today goes to Bijan Bucket again. And his was a sculpture, and it was appeared to be a bird emerging from some sort of a fantastical monster's mouth. And the whole thing was done with lots of vigor and casual sort of tearing and ripping and very non-specific use of the clay, but it captured energy, it captured a feeling of urgency, and again, I mentioned this yesterday in my critique, but one of the things it did is it left as many unanswered questions as it answered them for me, and it just made me want to understand what was going on and what was in his mind, and gave me lots of opportunity to make up my own story as far as that goes. So again, congratulations to all three, but especially to Bijan for his what appeared to be a bird emerging from some sort of a fantastic monster's mouth as a sculpture. So thank you.
And now, Stephen, for the grand prize winner, the thing that the students have all been hoping they would be the ones that would be picked. Who is the overall winner, and who is it that's going to be winning the Skutt Stephen Hill Potter's Wheel?
Now for the part of this contest that's always the most difficult for me. If I had my way, I would just give all the first prize winners equal prize, because I think they all did great. They all showed incredible potential in their chosen field. But unfortunately, Skutt has limits as far as how many wheels they're going to give away and how much cash they're going to give away. So we have to come up with two grand prize winners. For the themed project, the assigned project, the one that they didn't have a choice in what they did, I'm going to give the grand prize to Brianna Ferreira for her knitted sweater that she actually did in today's contest. I thought it was a real standout in her use of clay and how she really gave it the feel. She didn't really imitate a knitted sweater, but it has the feel of a knitted sweater and the softness, and I thought it was just an outstanding job of completing the assigned project. For the personal preference project, again, it was tough. I wanted to give 3 grand prizes, but it all came down to Hannah Johnson from day one. She did if you don't remember, a snake wrapped around a cactus vessel, and very beautiful form, and the surface and the surface design and the cutouts all worked really well, and she did an outstanding job with it. So anyway, congratulations to everyone, but especially to the grand prize winners. And again, for the theme project, the grand prize is $500. For the personal preference project, the grand prize is a Stephen Hill Skutt Potter's Wheel, which comes with leg extensions and the smoother speed control and all the bells and whistles to make it one of the best potter's wheels on the market. So again, congratulations to everyone.